place.
Did you see any,
To kind of see life returning, kind of. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
what kind of life did you see returning?
No, which one of us? Me?
You or Ashley? Whichever one's running back.
What did you say? Just.
I don't know. I guess
mean-
just on the edges
Mhm.
of it.
Birds chase y'all.
Mhm. Oh yeah, that's right.
Birds chase
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was neat to see. Like we talked about how it's just like kind of gray and red sand, but there's like at the same time there was always like one aspect of what you were looking at that was like bright and vibrant at the same time. So either the crystal clear blue water, or there would be birds chasing something small that we maybe couldn't even see, or the birds chasing us, or even just the backdrop of that particular terrain to the sky. It was just, there was something about it that was still vibrant, and you could almost feel just it kind of continuing to grow back, I think.
Great. All right. Do you have any other thoughts on that?
Okay. You did a good job. That's good.
Pretty good. I wish we could do it more justice.
Well, how did this trip, how did hiking, I guess, in Nova Rapta and everything, how did it change your life?
I'd say hiking Nova Rapta changed my life in as far as I think it did, even though I was a believer already and I believed everything the Bible said already. It's just always good to be in God's creation and see firsthand just see firsthand kind of a little more factual evidence of, what he says is true, and just to see his power and the way that he always has a plan, even though if at first it doesn't seem like it's for good, that it really is. And so I think that's really stuck with me. And just being able to accomplish what we accomplished, and I feel like there were certain situations that maybe were dangerous that God really kept us safe, and I just feel like his hand was really on us the whole trip. So.
Ashley, how did it change your life?
The hike to Nova Rapta changed my life because it was the first time I had ever done and accomplished anything to that magnitude before, and really showed me what parts of the world can be like, and I kind of proved to myself that I was capable of more than I thought before, and it brought my Kenny and Dr. Shorman, it brought us together, and it just gave us a lot of great memories and stories, and it changed my life for the better.
Great. Now, some of this stuff you've been telling me, how do you think that this would change other people's lives if they made that same trip that you guys did? How do you think it would change other people's lives?
I think it would change other people's lives or if other people were to experience, to go to Nova Rapta, I think that it would really, I don't really know. I don't know how to
It's
say
a
that.
difficult question. But
Yeah.
Just keep them in.
I don't know, what would you say?
Just just a lot of the things that happen to you,
Mhm.
just seeing the power of God.
Okay.
Seeing the
So just
truth of
kinda
his
repeat.
story,
Mhm.
the story in Scripture. There's evidence for it in nature.
Mhm.
Just seeing those,
All right, I'll try to say
building
that.
people's strength and trust in His Word.
Okay. Yeah, so I think if others were to experience, or I think if others were to have the same experience as we did in Nova Rapta, I think that it would strengthen their relationship with God as far as being able to be out in creation and see his power and see that the evidence of what he says really is true, and that just there's something about being out there that I think you put a lot of trust in him, and it really draws you closer to him.
Why do you think it is important for let's get that one here. Was there anything that helped you, describe some things that helped you overcome fear when in the wilderness? Does it help you maybe, do you think, when facing everyday life challenges or trials?
Yeah, I think some after overcoming some of the things that we, some of the things we overcame there in Nova Rupta, it does. It definitely gives you a perspective on, something that you might think is a hard situation here maybe isn't so hard compared to something that you faced out there. Just for, if you are to get hurt here, there's always someone there to help you. I don't know if that's a good answer. Doesn't really makes. I don't know. I mean, yeah. I'll start. I'll say. I don't know. What do you want to answer that one?
Ashley, was there any way that in kind of your trials and experiences in Nova Rupta, was there anything that might help you as you face life's difficult challenges and things like that?
Yeah, I think after hiking through Nova Rupta, things that I've learned that'll help me in the future is to have patience and to just trust yourself and trust God and know that He is in control, and that you don't need to worry about the little things, that if you trust that it will all work out and we'll all be okay.
Kenny, do you have any other thoughts on that?
No, I think. Do you want me to?
It's
Answer?
up to you.
Okay. I think that after hiking through Nova Rupta, I learned a lot of, I don't know. Let's see. Can I just skip that one?
Sure.
All right.
Or come back to it.
All right.
Ask you a harder one. How about
Okay, that's good.
Did you see God's dominion in Nova Rupta?
Like as far as like His having dominion over.
Just being in charge of it all.
Charge of it all, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think while in Nova Rupta, I definitely saw God's dominion over the earth, as far as just Him having a plan for the earth and for how the earth nourishes us, but at the same time we kind of have control of a lot of things that go on while on earth, and I think that was really cool to see that. To see just how we interact and how He definitely has had a plan, a master plan for how that was to all work out.
Great. And then I guess one of the final questions: do you think it's important to have wilderness, and to kind of maybe have to be wise stewards, I guess, of wilderness?
Yeah. I can't emphasize enough how much I think it's important to have wilderness. I think you learn so much about yourself as far as just creativity and how to react in certain situations, and just I don't think that there's a whole another way that is as good to learn about yourself and to learn about God's creation, obviously, than to be out in His creation. And I think it just gives you strength and gives you a lot of knowledge about how the world works and how God designed the world to work.
Ashley, you have any?
What else did you
We
need
don't
to say?
want to just all live in little cities.
Yeah.
I know. What are some other keywords that she could use?
Well, just just seeing things in a natural way or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing, but then I guess the follow up to that is what is our role in all of that too.
Mm-hmm.
But
Oh yeah, maybe you could say something like that you you think it's really important for us to be stewards to preserve the wilderness, for our kids and for others to.
Use don't be afraid to use kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I'm hoping. Out
Mhm.
of that question, as we
Take advantage
say,
of creation
it's
while.
great to have a national park, but don't overprotect.
Mm-hmm.
That it's good to use it too.
So it's important to have wilderness to.
So that you can explore it and take advantage of it, but that we also need to
be.
Oh,
Just
so
see what-
we're-
see
we're
what
saying
God's
more-
created apart from man.
Uh-huh.
You know.
So since there's all the movement with that, we don't really need to talk as much about preserving it as taking advantage of it, right?
Well, or just that both are important.
Okay.
You know, that it's good to have wilderness. I mean, Jesus went in the wilderness for 40 days or whatever,
Mhm.
so you know he thinks it's important.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you know, he created wilderness. He created a garden at the beginning. You know, the garden
Mhm.
is separate from that. So there's these places where man's to have dominion, but it's good to have just, you know, not so much control.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but we, at the same time, we shouldn't be afraid to use it because that's what he gave it to us for.
So what are you gonna say out of all that?
Okay.
Should we rephrase ask a different kind of question, kind of leading up to
Well,
that?
you kind of had, I think you had two questions there, right? You had the,
Yes.
what's, I can't remember.
Okay, should wilderness areas like Katmai National Park be completely off limits to resource extraction, or should wise use be encouraged?
Yeah. Yeah,
Should
maybe
we-
that's a little too deep. I don't know. I mean, if you want to answer that.
Which idea, okay, hang on one second.
What did it say right above that?
Right above it. In restoring how did your trips to the national park help you understand your part in fulfilling the Great Commission?
Okay.
You wanna explore that?
Yeah, that's not the best question. No, there was one about wilderness that you had asked. What do you?
I asked, is it important to have wilderness?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So do you know, maybe talk about that?
Okay.
Actually, is it important to have wilderness?
Yes, I think it is important to have wilderness. It's important to learn. Hold on, I had like 10 things in my head I wanted to say.
Oh no.
What brought that?
What was I gonna say?
I don't know. Is it important to have wilderness?
Yes.
Yes. Where, like, was it some you're thinking from our class?
Kind of.
Important to have wilderness because.
Do you think it's important to be good stewards of the wilderness that I guess God has given us? Good stewards of God's creation.
about the importance of being good students.
Okay. Really leaving me hanging on this one.
Just,
I don't know how to
David,
answer
just say
it.
like 2 points.
Well,
that
it's just,
should
you know, you
cover.
want to balance there. You don't want to overprotect, and you don't want to overuse.
Mhm.
Okay.
So
You're probably going to
Okay.
have a lot more to say about that, though.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
But I guess
yeah, I'm good.
we can.
Yeah,
we can have you
just
explore
maybe
that.
I'm glad to be able to go to wilderness, a place that's not polluted and run over with parking garages and things like that. I think that's important for us to have.
Mhm.
How is the wilderness different from the city?
Wilderness is different from the city and important to have because it's a place to go where you can breathe fresh air and see wildlife in its natural state and unaffected by humans for the most part. And it's important to be good stewards of that and to use it but not to overuse it. Is that too much?
That
Okay.
sounds good. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Nicely done.
kind of summarize that whole
Yeah.
discussion.
Soundbite. Kenny, you want to explore that too?
Nah. Well, I thought I did already.
You might have. I'm not
Okay.
sure. We've got so many questions. So, okay. Before I let you guys go, is there anything else you want to share or anything?
I don't think so.
Okay. Dr.
I mean,
Schultz?
is there anything that you wanted to say?
Yeah, I was hoping maybe if you could talk about that River Leth a little bit, just how you got across it, because I've got a great video
Oh,
of
uh-huh.
you know, doing the stick.
Oh, uh-huh.
Yeah, and you kind of talked about how cold it was, but that wasn't anything like Katmai River.
Right, right.
As far as cold, but
Uh-huh.
it was just, you know, just
Oh, yeah.
wondering if your next,
It's gonna be all the way through.
yeah.
Okay.
What was it like to cross the River Lake?
And just you had to be extra careful.
Okay.
You know, on the way back we jumped across, and that, you know, we just needed to
Mhm.
make sure we didn't fall. But
Right.
the first on the way to Nova Rota, we waded across.
Right.
in a kind of fairly flat area that was ash filled, and you had to poke
Mm-hmm.
your way along and test every step before you took it.
It's just because it was a more direct route, right? That we
Well,
did that.
and we couldn't find the jumping. We
Oh,
weren't
right.
able to find the jumping spot.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Okay.
that was really the main reason. So
We were just in a little more of a rush. We didn't want to look for the jumping spot,
yeah,
right?
we weren't sure where it was and stuff. So.
Okay. Okay.
So what was it like to cross the river? Like?
The river left on the way to, or let me start over. On the way to Novarupta, the river. Ah, man, what am I trying to say?
Yeah.
You have
On the way
to.
to Novarupta, we waded across the river left.
Okay, yeah. Okay, on the way to Novarupta, we waded across the river left. We were in a little more of a hurry to get there on the way there, and wasn't exactly sure where we wanted to jump the river. So we decided to wade across it. And in this particular area, though, it's a little sketchy to cross the rivers, and you have to kind of pole across it, checking ahead of you checking to see what the ground is like underwater, and because it can just give way and just go down forever. And so it was a little scary. It was good. It kind of took your mind off of how cold it was. But yeah, it was definitely an experience having to kind of test it as you walked across, not knowing if your next step was gonna be 100 feet below you. So is that good?
Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah. Ashley, did you cross that same river?
This was,
That one?
yeah.
Okay. Okay, great. And I'm going to ask one more question I just thought of. Kenny, in what ways did you see, and this isn't on here, but maybe, in what ways did you see teamwork involved in your trips to Novarupta and everything?
Okay. Yeah, teamwork has definitely been evident in all of our trips. Everyone's always right there, ready to help you if you're tired. If someone's tired, they'll offer to carry something out of your pack, or you always have the person, behind you, telling you, oh, it's just a little bit further, or just encouraging the group as a whole. If it's rainy and cold, someone's there being like, oh my gosh, isn't this beautiful? Or you're so hardcore for making it through this situation or something. So it's always lots of teamwork, and teamwork's very evident in getting everything out there. Somebody will, I don't know where I'm going with that. Somebody will, just everyone works together always to set up camp. There's never anyone just sitting around. Everyone is, I don't know.
Somebody's
Sick of
cooking,
times.
somebody's at the bear pen.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Okay. Let's see, because that is a big part of it. Everyone's like, I feel like everyone's always in the best mood on these trips, and everyone just helps each other out a lot. So I want to say that good. Let's see. Hey, what were you going for with that? You're just
Not really,
wondering?
I was just interested
Okay.
in kind of the teamwork that might be involved in these kind of trips. 'Cause obviously, it's not like you guys aren't individuals,
Right,
you guys are
right.
grouped together. I'm sure everyone has their.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are all helping each other and everything like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, for sure. Okay. Yeah, that has to be one of the most refreshing things about these trips, besides just being out in the wilderness, is just being out there with such a close-knit group of guys that really come together in these situations. And so everyone's always excited and willing to help, whether it's a beautiful sunny day and we're all, helping each other catch fish, or whether, it's pouring down rain and, someone gets their tent set up first, and so they're over helping everyone else set up their tent. And a lot of it is, you really kind of take it for granted that everything does go so smoothly, and I think it really just says a lot about the character of everyone that's on these trips.
Okay. I think that was good. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and maybe, did I already do this? Have you describe chronologically, and then I'll let you go.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, no, it's all good.
As soon as just you guys describe chronologically kind of your 2011 trip and what
Okay.
happened and how many days you guys were there and what
Okay.
what happened.
How many days were we actually out there? 3 or 4? 4? Okay.
Okay. Just go ahead and just walk it through from, maybe from your arrival to the area and everything.
Okay. Okay, so we landed in, or should I say, can I say the days? What day did we land in Kodiak? Or do I need to say?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, just say we landed in Kodiak and then took
From there, took a float plane.
that afternoon.
Okay. So the trip began with landing in Kodiak. And we stayed there for a night and finished getting the rest of the equipment that we needed for the trip. And the next morning we flew out on a float plane and flew over the area that we were going to be hiking through Katmai. And we landed in Katmai Lake. Okay, sorry. And we landed in Katmai Lake, and from there, that was kind of our base camp for the first 2 days. We camped just right off of that lake, and that's where we went up and explored the area around Katmai Volcano, and went pretty far down one direction of the valley. And then on the third day, we moved camp. We started kind of making our way towards Dakabak Lake, which is more towards Kodiak, and that was really the I'd say the brunt of the adventure was making it there. And we camped once on top of a mountain range on the way to Dakabak, and then the next morning made the descent down the mountain and to the lake, and was picked up there by the float plane and taken back to Kodiak.
Great. All right.
Did you want to have them introduce themselves also?
Yes.
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
Kenny, go ahead and introduce yourself. And,
Okay.
Why don't you guys go ahead and introduce both of you guys.
Okay.
together.
Okay, so I'll say hi. My name is Kenny Cole, and she'll say I'm Ashley Cole.
And then
Or do you want me to introduce both of us?
No, let's go ahead and have you introduce yourself. Yeah, let's
Sure,
do that
okay.
because that'd be a little.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and have you introduce yourself and give your, I guess, job occupation or where you're currently studying or
Okay.
whatever. And then Ashley, you do the same.
we have the same. So maybe should he do like, hi, I'm Kenny Cole, and I'll be like, I'm Ashley Cole, and we both are blah blah blah, because we're like the same.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
We're clones.
Otherwise we'd say it
Is that
twice.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
You want to do it for both of you guys, or just you want to do it and you say hi, I'm Ashley?
I'll just say hi, I'm Ashley.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Okay. My name is Kenny Cole,
My name is Ashley Cole.
and we've been married for 2 years. We recently graduated from Texas A&M University and are CrossFit coaches.
Great. All right. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Sorry to keep you so long.
Oh no,